Who has watched The Notebook? I'm sure most everybody has watched it. Well, this was Allie's house in the movie, and this is the actual gate that Ryan Gosling, or this is at least the location that Ryan Gosling crashes into the gate here and damages it. From what I heard, I think I was watching the director's cut version or something, and they were talking about how the director kept telling him to come in harder and faster and brake harder and get closer to the gate, and he one of the times went too close and actually crashed and hit the gate, and they left it in the movie. And from what I remember, this is a long time ago, but from what I remember, he had to fix, or they had to pay, the production company had to pay to fix the gate, and it was all kinds of money because it was the original. But in any event, this is it. And that's the house, and I'll be showing you the house in a little while. This is the Boone Plantation. I just got here. This is an amazing looking place. It's full of gardens and beautiful Spanish oak, you know, the trees and all kinds of, this is a really beautiful area. So I'm gonna walk around, tour around the whole place. It's a very popular place, so there's a lot of people here, but very interesting, very pretty area. This is the original cotton gin that was on the property, totally restored, and it now houses a store and a little bit of a museum, and this is where you go if you want to sign up for specific tours and things like that. I'll show you what it looks like inside. Yeah, that's what it looked like, 1930. And then this was 2006, the building had become unsafe, and so they undertook a major restoration, and now it's brand new inside. Some of the movies that were filmed on location here on the property. I've never seen any of these. And apparently a lot of people think Gone with the Wind was filmed here. It was not. This is the restored cotton gin building, which is now basically where you sign up for tours and things like that. And I guess this is an original. I don't know if it's original to the property, but it's a cotton gin, I guess. Imagine having this in your backyard. I guess, I don't know if this is a type of elephant ear, but I'm growing some elephant ears, and they're not nearly as big as this yet, but these are impressive. I think they're elephant ears, does it say? I don't know.
You leave it? Oh.
So now I've walked up to the house here, as you can see. Now this is, they really only filmed on the outside here. They didn't film anything on the inside of the house, surprisingly. I thought that they did, but this is right where they have the argument, and she's like, "It's over."
It's over. Okay, it's over.
So his truck is parked right here, and that's where all of the police cars are parked and everything at that one scene. So then when they come back out of the house and they're arguing, this is it. He drives off. One of the more hard-hitting areas here on the Boone Plantation are the slave quarters. All these little brick buildings, they almost look like old brick tiny homes, and each one has something interesting to show about how life was like living on the plantation. Obviously it was a long time ago and things are very different now, but I think it's always really good to keep history and show history, educate people, and that way it's not forgotten what happened. Well, so this is life on the plantation. The slave houses looked like a small town, and there was grist mills for corn, cotton gin, shoe shops, tanning yards, and lots of looms for weaving cloth. Most of the slaves cooked at their own houses that they called shacks. Wow, this one was excavated beneath the floorboards. Before the Civil War, enslaved Africans lived in these cabins. Many of the slaves worked at Harlbeck's brickyard, making the bricks that built Antebellum, Charleston, and Mount Pleasant. Other slaves worked the land growing cotton and vegetables. Oh, so this is some of the stuff that they found? Wow. That's beautiful. Animal bones, kitchen utensils, dishes, pipe fragments, toys, tools. Crazy. Oh, look at the key. These slave cabins are along Oak Alley, which is the main drive. And having them out front like this was by design, because back in the day, that was a way to show wealth. And it's unusual that they are brick, but that's obviously because of Boone Hall's main source of income throughout the 1800s, basically, which was brick making. And pretty much everything that you see when you're on this property was built by slaves. The plantation itself is well over 340 years old. It started way back in the 1600s. The Boone family really developed most of all of this, hence the name Boone Hall.
You have to see it. Have you seen Roots? Have you seen Roots? Yeah. Yes. If you have not seen Roots, you need to see Roots that Alex Haley did about his grandfather.
Unfortunately, you can't take any video or photography or anything in the house. Very pretty. If you come here, definitely take the tour. It ends on the outside behind the house, and the tour guide was saying that this is the oldest tree on the property, 600 years old, a live oak, and it's pretty big. So this field, which is obviously set up for some sort of an event, probably weddings. Apparently they have weddings every weekend here, and they're booked for the next 2 years. But this is where that carnival scene was in The Notebook. They had this entire area set up. And I guess you would never know it, but there is an actual, this is on the same property. This is a 500-year-old tree that's on the property. And what's interesting about this one is that, other than the fact that it's 500 years old, I guess it's pretty hollow inside. I know the tour guide was talking about somebody standing in there. Oh yeah, you can stand in there a good amount. Oh yeah, you can actually go all the way in here. Oh, hold on. Wow, yeah. It's gonna be hard to show. It's kind of cool, just a little hole up there. Okay, now I'm coming out. That's pretty cool. And that is right next to one of these gardens. Beautiful gardens here. just wanted to see what this thing is. Saw it from the other side of the garden. Oh, it's a smokehouse. Okay. This is inside the smokehouse. This is where you would smoke. I'm just kidding. Oh wow, they put shells in the mortar. There's some plantation wildlife right there. Nope, she's afraid. I've seen pictures of these walls online, but I've never seen one in person. And what I remember reading about them, they are stronger this way, and apparently I guess there's a theory that it even takes less brick to make them, so it's kind of cool to be able to see it. Pretty beautiful place with interesting history, some dark history of course, but it's fascinating to come here and see it all. So on to the next thing. So I'm heading out and I wanted to stop and show you this real quick. This is Boone's grave. I believe both of them are buried here. They loved the oak alley so much that they wanted to be buried within them. So this is where they're buried. Pretty cool.